Welcome back to Observing the Sabbath. I'm your host, Nathaniel Molnar, and we are finishing up the album Sabbath Bloody Sabbath by Black Sabbath from 1973. We've done every song. We've done Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, we've done National Acrobat, we've done Fluff, we've done Sabracadabra, we've done Killing Yourself to Live, we've done Who Are You, and we've done Looking for Today, and today we are finishing up with Spiral Architect. So we're going to do this video, we're going to talk about this song, and then I'm going to wait a little bit, and the next video will be your thoughts on Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Just kind of like an album review, wrapping up everyone's thoughts on the song, going into the comment section, and taking all of your thoughts that you've left on all the songs from the album and discussing them in a video. So, after this song is over, after this video is over, leave all of your thoughts on this song and all the other songs to be included in that video. So let's not waste any more time. Let's end this album and let's listen to Spiral Architect. And now. Spiral Architect is very different from a lot of the other songs on this album. This whole part is very kind of reminiscent of Fluff in a way. It has some very stark changes within the song, which is sort of a staplehood of Sabbath. It feels much more like an orchestral piece, like a as opposed to a Black Sabbath song. And I think in many ways, Spiral Architect is a beautiful song, but not necessarily a great Sabbath song, in my opinion at least. And this is all just my opinion. I don't know, like when we look at the closing songs for the albums, like Warning, Bitterfinger / Sleeping Village / Warning is like, for Black Sabbath, is just, oh my god, that's just phenomenal way to end the album. Fairies Wear Boots for Paranoid is like hard-hitting, great definitive close. Into the Void is just excellent. Under the Sun is excellent. And I feel like then we get to Spiral Architect and it doesn't feel like as strong of a closer as all those other albums. I almost feel like maybe I'll feel differently when I think back on it, but I almost feel like Looking for Today could have been a really great way to end the album. You could just have that great riff, you could just end it there and it just kind of fades out. That could have been a really good closer for the album. I don't know, like I feel like this part, like the words get a little weak. Know that it is good. I don't know, I feel like the words get a little weak and like, I don't know, I just kind of listen to them like, this has the makings to be a great song, but it isn't quite there yet. But I do like that do 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 do. I like that whole bit. That's cool. And the drumming is really good. I think what this song comes down to for me is it has a lot of great elements and a lot of great parts, but it just doesn't quite come together to be a really great song. And again, that's just my opinion. I know for a fact there are people who love Spiral Architect. And you know, no one is right, no one is wrong. That's just my personal thoughts and feelings about the song. I don't know, yeah, this part, I don't know, I feel like the vocal tone gets a little strained, and the instrumentation behind it is a little weaker. It kind of loses the momentum that's building. See, I like this building momentum, and I do love that do 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 part. That's really cool. I guess what this song is really missing, or not the definitive one thing, but one thing that it is missing, is a really great Tony solo. could have, because the whole nature of the song is building towards something. You know, it's like with the drums and the guitar, like it feels like it's building towards something, and I don't think we ever really reach what we could have been building towards, which could have been a great Tony solo. But then I guess you could make the argument that that's not really what this song is. Like I guess you could say, like, Planet Caravan should have had, like, Planet Caravan does kind of have a solo, so that's not a great example. Laguna Sunrise should have had a huge guitar solo in the middle. Solitude should have had a great Tony solo. But that's not what that song in its DNA was, you know, it was a very different kind of song. And so I think you could make that same argument for this song, for Spiral Architect. Like, this structurally in its DNA was not meant to be a song with like a super knot level guitar solo or anything like that. That's not what it was supposed to be. But I do feel like it's kind of building towards something, and we don't necessarily reach anything of what it should have been building towards. So it's kind of the dual minds there. And you get the audience applause, which it's fine. I don't have strong feelings either way. I do kind of like that breakdown part of with the guitars. Yeah, I mean, like, all right. I am kind of conflicted on the song. Like, all right, with the whole applause, I could have done without it. Didn't need to be in there, but also, like, I don't hate it. Like, there are certain elements of other Sabbath albums. Hate is a strong word. I'll say strongly dislike. Like Iron Man, the song. When you have that whole part, I am Iron Man. I'm like, okay, I could have done without that. I'm not really a fan of that. You know, there are other parts of other albums or songs that I'm like, I could have done without that. I'm not a fan of that. And so I'm not necessarily feel that strongly about the audience applause at the end. I don't feel that strongly about it. But it's also something like, if it wasn't there, I wouldn't miss it. So, all that to say, I feel like when you get... So, I've said many times on this channel, you have Black Sabbath and Paranoid are their live shows that they're recording, and they're just essentially putting out their live shows. Once you get to Master of Reality all the way through the rest of their albums, it's far more produced. I feel like once you get to Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, you're really getting much more of the production elements. You're getting multiple tracks, you're getting different kinds of instruments, and I think Spiral Architect is a great example of, like, you have kind of like a chorus in there, kind of giving an extra element to it. Like, it's sort of, it is far more produced than their earlier albums. And I don't think it's necessarily bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's more, I kind of prefer it when it's more reeled back in, if that makes sense. And so, yeah, I think Spiral Architect sort of pushes the boundaries for Sabbath's ability to overproduce. I don't think they cross a line, but they're kind of pushing the line a little bit there. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this song could have been redone and it could have been stronger had they kind of reeled back on some of those elements and then maybe included something a little bit more than just the same bit that they had been doing in the beginning. Because the whole song is building towards something. It has that do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It's kind of like, it feels like you're building towards something, but you don't ever actually reach anything that's new by the end. They're just retreading the same riffs from before, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it just feels like you're building towards something really grand, and then the song ends. So, I don't know. I feel like Spiral Architect is I don't know. Spiral Architect and Who Are You, I think, are the two weakest songs on the album. They're not bad songs at all. They're not bad. I don't not like them. It's just they're weaker Especially when you look at Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, when you look at Killing Yourself to Live, when you look at National Acrobat, you look at Looking for Today, when you look at those songs, Sabracadabra, when you look at those songs and you look at these songs, they don't necessarily hold up as much. And that's just my thoughts, and that's just my opinion. I know there are people who love Spiral Architect, and that's great. For me, though, it just feels like when you look at Warning, when you look at Fairies Wear Boots, when you look at Into the Void, when you look at Under the Sun, Spiral Architect doesn't necessarily hold up to those. And so when you get to the end of the album, despite the applause, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like as satisfactory of a conclusion to the album as you would necessarily want. But that's just me. Other people are going to feel differently. I want to know, what are your thoughts on Spiral Architect? Do you agree with a lot of what I'm saying? Or do you disagree and you go, no, Nathaniel, Spiral Architect is one of the best Sabbath songs. It's a great closer. It's great for A, B, C, and D. I want to know all of your thoughts. Leave them all in the comments section below. And once again, I'm Nathaniel Molnar. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe for more content, and do leave all of your thoughts in the comment section for all of the Sabbath Bloody Sabbath videos, because the next video will be taking all of your thoughts, all of your comments, and responding to them in a video as we wrap up the album before we dive into Sabotage. So until then, until our video discussing your comments and your thoughts on Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, thank you for watching.